Have you ever wondered what the outcome would be if China invaded the Philippines? And where would Israel fit into this scenario? Today, we're going to explore this intriguing question. It's an exercise in understanding international relations and the ripple effects of hypothetical situations. We'll consider the alliances, the strategic interests, and the potential consequences of such an event. We're not trying to predict the future, but to better comprehend the complexities of our interconnected world. Let's delve into the history to better understand the current scenario. To comprehend the current situation, we must first take a glimpse into the past. Our tale begins with the Philippines and China, two nations with a long history of cultural exchange and trade. Yet beneath this camaraderie lies an undercurrent of discord, primarily due to territorial disputes in the West Philippine Sea. The West Philippine Sea, a rich source of natural resources and a vital shipping route, has been a bone of contention between the two countries for decades. The Philippines, guided by international law, claims sovereignty over these waters, while China, relying on historical claims, begged to differ. This tug-of-war has led to numerous standoffs, debates, and even international arbitration, painting a picture of a strained bilateral relationship. On the other hand, we have the Philippines and Israel, two nations bonded by a shared history of support and mutual respect. The Philippines, a nation that opened its doors to Jewish refugees during World War II, has always held a special place in the heart of Israel. This gesture of humanity was recognized by Israel, who has since then been a staunch ally of the Philippines. Over the years, Israel and the Philippines have strengthened their ties through various collaborations, from agriculture and technology to defense and security. This alliance was further solidified in 2018 when the Philippines, under President Rodrigo Duterte, recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, a move that further deepened their diplomatic relations. The relationship between these three nations is like a complex puzzle, with pieces shaped by historical events, diplomatic ties, and geopolitical interests. It's a web of alliances and disputes, where every action has a ripple effect, influencing the dynamics of the region. This historical context sets the stage for the current political climate. It provides a backdrop against which we can better understand the potential role of Israel in the event of a Chinese invasion in the Philippines. As we journey through this narrative, remember that history often holds the key to understanding the complexities of the present and the possibilities of the future. Fast forward to the present day, where tensions are escalating in the West Philippine Sea. We're currently witnessing a significant territorial dispute in these waters, a conflict that has been smoldering for several years now, but has recently intensified. At the heart of this dispute lies China, a global superpower with a growing assertiveness in its foreign policy. China has been making increasingly aggressive moves, laying claim to vast areas of the sea that are also claimed by the Philippines and several other nations. They've constructed artificial islands, established military bases, and sent fishing fleets into disputed waters, all in an attempt to strengthen their territorial claims. The Philippines, on the other hand, has been striving to protect its sovereignty. Despite being considerably smaller and less militarily capable than China, the island nation has been far from passive. It has sought international arbitration, winning a landmark case in 2016 that rejected China's expansive claims. However, China promptly dismissed the ruling, and the Philippines has been struggling to enforce it ever since. In recent times, the Philippines has also been increasing its own military presence in the disputed waters, conducting patrols and surveillance operations. It has sought assistance from international allies, including the United States, and has been investing in upgrading its own defense capabilities. Yet, despite these efforts, the situation remains precarious. China's actions continue unabated, and there have been several instances of near conflicts between Chinese and Filipino vessels. The Philippines president, Rodrigo Duterte, has oscillated between conciliatory and confrontational stances towards China, causing further uncertainty. Moreover, the dispute has wider implications. It's not just about control of the sea and its resources, but also about freedom of navigation, regional security, and the rules-based international order. The West Philippine Sea is a critical trade route, and any conflict here could have far-reaching economic and geopolitical consequences. With tensions running high, the question arises, what would happen in the event of a Chinese invasion? It's a daunting prospect, but one that cannot be ignored in the current climate. As we move forward, the role of international allies will be critical, and that brings us to Israel, a nation that could play a crucial role in this scenario. Now, let's turn our attention to Israel, a seemingly unrelated player in this geopolitical drama. Israel, a nation known for its advanced technology and robust military, holds a strategic interest in the Southeast Asian region. It's not just about trade or the exchange of technologies, but also about maintaining a balanced power equation globally. The tiny nation, often in the eye of stormy Middle Eastern politics, understands the value of alliances and strategic partnerships. Israel's relationship with China is a delicate balance of economic interest and strategic caution. On one side, China is Israel's second-largest trading partner, accounting for a significant chunk of its exports. However, Israel is also aware of China's expansionist tendencies and its growing footprint in the Middle East. This calls for a careful navigation of the Sino-Israeli relationship. Now let's consider Israel's alliance with the Philippines. The bond between the two nations goes back to the Second World War, when the Philippines opened its doors to Jewish refugees fleeing the Holocaust. Fast forward to today, their relationship has evolved into a strong partnership, with Israel providing the Philippines with support in areas like defense, agriculture, and technology. So what happens if China invades the Philippines? Israel, despite its economic ties with China, would likely stand by its ally. It could provide the Philippines with strategic support, including intelligence sharing and military aid. The small nation's significant technological capabilities and military prowess could prove invaluable in such a scenario. However, it's also important to remember that Israel would need to walk a diplomatic tightrope, balancing its economic interests with China and its commitment to the Philippines. The decision would not be easy, but given Israel's history of standing by its allies, it's plausible to think that it would lean towards supporting the Philippines. This is all hypothetical, of course. We hope that such a situation never arises, but it's essential to understand the potential dynamics and alliances that could come into play in the event of a conflict. So it seems that Israel could play a significant role in this scenario. With all these factors at play, we can start to envision a possible outcome. Let's imagine for a moment a world where China chooses aggression over diplomacy and invades the Philippines. This would undoubtedly be a dark time, with the lives of countless citizens at stake. The balance of power in the region would be upset, and the ripple effects of such an action would reach far beyond the immediate area. Economies would be shaken, tensions would rise, and the world would watch with bated breath. Now let's bring Israel into the picture. As we've discussed, Israel has a vested interest in maintaining stability in the region and a history of supporting countries in need. If Israel were to stand with the Philippines in their time of need, this could dramatically change the outcome. Israel's military might, combined with their technological advancements, could provide a significant counterweight to China's aggression. The Israeli Defense Forces are known for their strategic acumen and resilience, qualities that would undoubtedly be invaluable in such a scenario. Their involvement could help to protect the sovereignty of the Philippines, safeguarding the nation and its people. But it's not just about military power. Israel's involvement would also send a powerful message to the rest of the world. It would underscore the importance of international alliances, of standing together in the face of aggression. It would remind us all that diplomacy, cooperation, and mutual respect are the cornerstones of a peaceful world. And let's not forget the potential for a domino effect. If Israel were to step in, other nations might follow suit. This could lead to a global coalition, united against aggression and dedicated to preserving peace. While this is all conjecture, it underlines the complex and interconnected nature of global politics. It's a reminder that our world is not simply a collection of individual nations, but a tapestry of relationships, alliances, and shared values. And in this tapestry, every thread matters, every action has consequences, and every choice can shape the course of history. So what can we take away from this exploration? In the grand scheme of global relations, there are a few key points that we've unearthed today. First, the historical backdrop informs us about the long-standing relationship between Israel and the Philippines, a bond forged through years of mutual respect and shared experiences. This connection is not just a footnote in history, but a living, breathing aspect of their international relations. Next, we delved into the current scenario, the escalating tensions in the West Philippine Sea. This situation is not just a local issue, but one that has global resonance. It's a complex web of geopolitical interests, territorial claims, and strategic maneuvers. Then we explored Israel's potential role in this intricate landscape. Israel, given its technological prowess and strategic position, could be a crucial ally for the Philippines in the face of any aggression. It's a testament to how intricate and interconnected our world is, where the actions of one nation can influence the course of events in another part of the globe. Lastly, we contemplated the potential outcome of this situation. While it's difficult to predict the future, understanding the dynamics at play can help us make sense of the possibilities. As we continue to monitor the situation, remember that the actions of nations are often more intertwined than they appear at first glance.